Hi everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple with another YouTube mini class for you today. Wow, I have got a lot of information to share with you. First off, we got a huge Stampendous order in yesterday. So today is March 12th. Today is my husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Michael. I love you very much. But yesterday, the 11th, March 11th, we got a huge order in from Stampendous, which will fill every order we have all the way up to yesterday. So if you placed your order for your Stampendous by March 11th, everything's here in stock, and now it's just a matter of getting it shipped out. Yay! Also, on the home front, we have hired a company to help me with the internet, with my website, because I'm the one who does the website. I'm the one who loads the product and changes the pictures and processes everything through it. So I have got help now because I have taken it as far as I possibly can. And you guys have been asking for some simple fixes that I just don't know how to do. I'm not a programmer. I've done as best as I can. But things like a next button at the bottom and things to help checkout go faster. So we have hired people to help, and over the next few months you are going to see changes to the website, and I am so excited about that. I'm also excited that we are working on our 1,700 square foot warehouse. Whoop, 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 whoop. That means we are going to be able to have more product in stock every day, so fewer back orders. So the 1,700 square feet is being worked on, and that means faster shipping. Whoop, whoop. Woot woot. I'm very excited about that. Because you got to imagine, we're an independent little retail mom and pop store. When we get in hundreds and hundreds of orders, we got to get in all that product. And I'm telling you, we were taking boxes and putting them under tables. We were putting them on rafters. We were putting product everywhere. But now we'll be able to carry enough back stock so that back orders will be hopefully far and few in between and much faster shipping. So yay! It's a learning process. I keep telling myself that it's a learning process. We also had some questions about numbering our YouTubes, and I'm going to try to do that, starting with this YouTube. A couple people have said it would be easier when they go back to reference if there was a number to them. So I'm going to number this YouTube. I guess maybe it's number 63. So I'm going to start numbering the YouTubes from here on out inside the title, and hopefully that'll make it easier for you. But that was an awesome suggestion, and we got it from a couple of you out there, so that's an easy fix and we can do that. So I'm going to do that starting today. So what did I talk about? I talked about new product coming in. Oh, new product coming in. We have gotten from Diversions some new edges. This one says memory. My favorite, this one says hello. Making sure you can see it. Hello. This one says you and me. This one says brilliant. And this one says miss you. So we have got some new edges in, and we've got the we've got our backstock in on all of our Diversions with the exception of the egg. We're still missing a few eggs. They're a little short. But all the Celebrate and the You Are and the I Wish shoes have come in, and Marina will be shipping all of those out to you today, which is March 12th. But we also got in new ones, and I have to tell you my favorite one. Hello. Cute, huh? Now there's also been a price increase on these, so you might want to notice that when you go shopping on the website. I think they went up to $7.99 or $8.99. So you'll see the difference when you go shopping for these. But if you got your orders in for the previous, the You Are, the I Wish, and the Celebrate, you got it at that rock bottom price. So yay! We also have in the February Greenhouse Society. I have 36 of these to sell. I'm going to put them online. Several of you missed out on the January and the December stamps. I have 36 of these to sell, and we'll put them online, and once they're gone, they're gone. So if they show as a back order, chances are we're going to have to refund you. They're very limited. We only get a certain amount, and when they're gone, they're gone. So don't forget, Greenhouse Society, they only ship once a month. It's $13 and it's free shipping on this item. No matter what you spend, it's free shipping for this. So so we hope you like it. Lovely stamp, Greenhouse Society. Now we've got Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, yay! And I did a form. to help keep things straight. When you call in because you're a winner, we were just writing it down on a Post-it. So now we've become official. I have a form. So did you see your name on there? I don't know if I showed it close enough. Our first winner, and these winners are going to get 2 bottles of Stampendous Detailed Embossing Powder, which you can use for everything, as you know, a brand new bottle of their Tinsel Embossing Powder. They're gonna get a Jumbo Cling stamp, and they're going to get the handle to go with the Jumbo Cling stamp. So that is a wonderful prize package. Yay, Stampendous. Okay, so winner, winner, chicken dinner. We have got our first winner is Terry Pocket. Terry-Pockette. Terry Pocket. You have won that Stampendous prize package. Woo! Yay for you. Next we have Nicole Wade. NicholeWade. So if you are Terry or Nicole, you need to call us here at the store, 661-298-1112, and you need to say, I'm a winner. And we will take down all your information. See, we have a place for all your information, and we will get that prize package out to you either with an order that you currently have pending, or if you don't have anything pending, we'll get it out to you just as soon as possible. All right, so congratulations, girls. I hope you like your prize packages. Now what's next? Well, what's next is something a little serious that I need to talk about. And for those of you who are not a participant of the Southern California Shop Hop, if you just want to go down to the little fast forward button because you don't want to hear me talk, I fully understand. But I do need to address the Southern California Shop Hop, and I want to do that with you right now. Now, for those of you who know what that is, Scrapbooking Made Simple will not be participating this year, and I'm very saddened to bring that news to you. For those of you who don't know what the Southern California Shop Hop is, it's a wonderful event. It's 17 days where, gosh, up to 40 stores from San Diego all the way up to Valencia and Santa Clarita participate, and you buy a passport and you take that passport, which is like a little guide, and you go from store to store to store, and you save 20% off your savings during those 17 days. Now I want to just briefly address a few rumors that were going around. One of the rumors that was floating is that Scrapbooking Made Simple was excluded from the Shop Hop due to something we had done wrong. And I want to be clear, while we were excluded from the Shop Hop last October, it had nothing to do with us doing anything inappropriate. We followed all the rules. We did exactly what we were told we were allowed to do. And our reason for being excluded was just a personal difference between the Shop Hop owner and Scrapbooking Made Simple, but it had nothing to do with us doing anything inappropriate or wrong or not following the rules. Now, thankfully, we were so excited that in January, the Southern California Shop Hop had asked Scrapbooking Made Simple back to participate in the Shop Hop again. But by that time, new rules had been put in place, and these rules affected dramatically how we would run our Shop Hop. And I appreciate that the Southern California Shop Hop lifted the exclusion of our store, but one of those rules made it impossible for us to participate. And that rule happened to be the like promo items. Every year for the last 3 years, Scrapbooking Made Simple has done this Shop Hop, and we have taken it full blown. We enjoyed every minute of it. We decorate. I dress as you saw last year, I was Mary Poppins for 17 days. We go all out. And part of going all out was giving a 6x6 layout and a button to every customer that walked through our door, whether you spent nothing or you've spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That promo item we also had as a official item. So not only did we have the ones we always gave away for free to the shop hoppers, regardless of how much they spent, we also had what was called the official promo items, which you had to qualify for. You had to spend $20 or $10, and we had those for the people who qualified for them. But in my heart, and I have to follow my heart, I have to have something for everybody, because everybody walked into my store and gave me the opportunity to show them why they should shop here. And whether you had $5 to spend in my store or $2 to spend in my store or $2,000 to spend in my store. It was important that everybody left here feeling great and feeling good. And there's nothing worse than having a whole group of girls drive all the way from San Diego, and one of them had all the buttons and all the make and takes because her budget was a little bit bigger, and one of her friends had nothing or very few of them. So it was at my cost and my expense to do the free button and the free make and take, and we did give it to everybody regardless of how much they spent, and it wasn't against the rules, but it is now. And I have to honor those rules. I love the Shop Hop. It's a fabulous event. I encourage each and every one of you out here in Southern California to buy your passport. And we have a list here in the store, so if you come in and you want to know where to buy a local passport, we will send you right there. We will tell you who is in your neighborhood, and we will send you to that store to buy the passport. But I have to follow my heart, and I have to treat everybody the same. And I have to say thank you to everybody who has come to our store over the last 3 years, who has shared in the joy that I have with the Southern California Shop Hop. And again, encourage you to support those local stores out there. The mom and pop stores, we're here and we value you. I just need to do what's best for my store. And for my store, I need to treat every customer valued and appreciated. And by giving them the free like, make, and take in the free button, everybody left with a smile. And I had no sad faces, and that's what's most important to me. So that being said, and it's been very hard, this has been a very hard decision. I hope you all understand and know that Scrapbooking Made Simple will have a fabulous event during those 17 days. We don't want to disappoint our customers. We are going to do something absolutely amazing. And the little quib is Scrapbooking Made Simple is the shop that didn't hop. I can tell you one of those amazing events that we will be having during those 17 days is one of the events that we wouldn't have been able to have, which is a warehouse sale featuring Sizzix. And yes, we are going to have that this year. And good news is it's going to be available online. Now that I've got my help with online, we are going to be able to offer that warehouse sale online too. So at the end of July into August, we will be having a warehouse sale featuring Sizzix. And hopefully those shop hoppers out there will find their way, while they're all bebopping around some of the most wonderful stores in California, they'll find their way here to Scrapbooking Made Simple because frankly, I already bought the shoes. And if you know anything about the shop hop, for me, it's all about the shoes. So, with that being said, I'm going to thank you for your time listening to me, and I'm going to thank you for supporting us for the last few years through the hop. And I'm going to get started because I have got a great make and take for you, or a demo for you today, okay? So we're going to scroll on down, all right? Bye. All right, what have we got for you today? Well, I have got Ziva. Ooh, I'm having a little trouble there. There we go. I have got Ziva Bling. Ziva Bling. Fabulous company, love them to death. Saw them at CHA, and they were just a joy to work with. Now, I also have my Copic markers here. I want to show you what you can do with Copic markers and Bling because it is phenomenal. Now, I have got some samples here. I just want to throw up one sample. Can you see that? Is that gorgeous? Do you see the bling running up the side? See how it's colored? That was done with this piece right here. And it started as just a plain clear rhinestone. No color at all. Plain clear rhinestone. You can color your rhinestones. We encourage this all the time because a lot of times you need just one pink rhinestone to finish something out, and you're stuck buying an entire sheet of something pink, and really all you needed was one pink. I want to show you how simple this is to do. I have got my Copic markers. Now, Copic markers are an alcohol-based marker, and this is very important because alcohol-based markers are permanent. Okay, permanent markers. So could you do this with a Bic marker? Yes. Could you do this with a Sharpie marker? Yes. The beauty of the Bic and the Sharpie is that they're relatively inexpensive. The beauty of the Copic marker is you have 354 colors at your disposal. So if you just need the exact shade of pink, you can go find a Copic marker that is the exact shade of pink. Whereas with Bic, you've got about 36 colors. Now, I have got clear rhinestones here, and I'm gonna color it. I'm going to take my marker, open it up, and I'm literally gonna color right over the top. Now, why does it need to be a permanent marker? Well, because the bling that we're using, the bling is plastic, so it is non-porous. The ink has nothing to absorb into. So a dye-based ink is not going to adhere, it's not going to dry, where an alcohol-based marker, that's what it's meant for. So I have just colored my first bling. Let's pop that bad boy off. I took a clear and I made it red. Just that simple. Can you believe that? So when I need just a few red, I can go find the color that I want in a pen. I can buy my clear bling and I can color it. How easy is that? Because you don't always want a whole bunch of green bling or a whole bunch of purple bling. That might not be a color you use all the time. So use your markers. Now, many of you know we sell Copic now. The new retail, the new SMRP is $7.99. We sell them for $5.25 every day. We have a huge selection in stock. We're still waiting on some back orders from Copic for a few colors, but for the most part, we have all 354 of them in stock at $5.25. And the beauty of the Copic is they're refillable. Now you have two edges. You have the brush tip edge and you have the chisel edge. And I'm going to show you why you're going to want to use that chisel edge. But look at my bling is all done. From clear to colored. Everybody can use clear bling. That's easy. That you want all the time. But do you really want a whole package of dark purple or neon blue? No, use your markers. You've got them. And if you can't, if it's not economically feasible to get into the Copics right now, then use your Bics, use your Sharpies. So I just took that one and I made it blue. Oh! Save money where you can and spend money on what you can't do yourself. You can make your own bling. You can make them the color you want. There we go, blue bling. Done. Look at that. Easy peasy. Now I have got one of the, let's see, is it here? I've got one of the large blings. Now these are all one piece. I want you to know that when you pull this off, it pulls off in all one piece. So this is a peacock, a bird with a whole bunch going on. This is not individual little blings. They're all put together. Here's the big one. They're all put together. And when you peel it peels off as one unit. So it's very easy to work with. And I have to say with Ziva, they don't misshapen. They don't go out of shape. They stay just as they should. Very easy to pull up and put down. But I want to color this. I don't want to leave it my clear bling. Fine, no problem. Easy to do. Get your Copic marker, and this is where we're going to use the chisel. And we are just going to hit the tops. I'm just hitting the tops. I'm not going to sit there and spend a lot of time coloring because the alcohol-based marker will slightly dissolve if you spend too long. It will slightly dissolve the glue underneath. So this is where your chisel tip comes in handy because you're just going to go right, just hit right over the top. That fast, that easy. And I'm going to come in here and do some purple on this one, and I'm just hitting the top of that bling. I'm just hitting the top of it. And let's put on some yellow. And look at what I've started. Let's see if I can put a black behind it, if that'll help. Look at what I've started. You can take clear bling to any color you want. Is that fabulous? And when you peel them off, you give it a second to dry. When you peel it off, it peels all in one piece. And you just take it all off as one piece. Can you see how I've done that? Really easy to do. And the colors are just yummy. You can go in there. Oh my gosh, you can sit and just have the best time coloring. I want to show you the sample with this one. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So this one started like this. Just plain clear bling. We took it and we colored it with our Copic markers. Copic markers, this is the sketch, $5.25, everyday low price. And what we ended up with was this. Is that gorgeous? Look at how the bling is all colored. And it just made the card. The bling, happy birthday, a little bow, and it was done. Easy to do. Kids can do this. So simple. And again, if you have Bics or Sharpies, use them, try them. If you want to pick up a couple colors of Copics, try them. You will be thrilled with them. It just makes life so simple. Again, you just take it and you want to use the chisel tip because that's a little bit broader tip and it allows you to color a little bit faster so that alcohol does not get onto the adhesive and loosen it. But you just go in there and color. So simple. From that to that. Now, the question is, can you do it with pearls? Yes, of course you can color your pearls. We use pearls all the time here. But pearls don't come in a lot of colors, but they don't need to. Just buy the cream or the white, and again, go right over the top. Take your brush, this time I'm going to use my brush stick. Go right over the top of your pearl. And because the alcohol markers are transparent, the pearl, the pearlescent, still comes through. Give it a few seconds to dry. And I've colored my pearls. And you can see, gosh, that's probably too close. The pearlescent still comes through. It still shines through. And I've now taken a cream color pearl and I've changed it to a beautiful rich red. Because sometimes you only need a couple red pearls. So what you can make, we try to teach you here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, what you can make, what you can't buy. You can't buy a die, you can't necessarily buy a stamp, but you can make your pearls a million different colors. If I wanted a rich blue right over the top of my pearl, just take it and color it. And I've now got a beautiful blue pearl. You can match the colors of your cardstock with your Copic markers identical. Identical. And they're just so simple and easy. Give it a few seconds to dry. Pop it off, and they're done. Now I know several of you already know this technique, but there's a lot of you who forget about it. Look at that, just that simple. And the ZVA Bling, I have to say, is some of the best because of the way it pulls off of their sheet. It doesn't stretch out of shape. It doesn't lose its form. And that's really important. They've got it linked together so everything, can you see the little tabs? They've got it linked together so when you pull everything, it all stays in the same shape. Now, if you want, once you've pulled it and laid it down, you can certainly cut these little pieces out, the little adhesive tabs, if you don't want to be able to see that. But we didn't, we just left them. Is that not a beautiful card? I thought this was just awesome. When I saw this done the first time, I thought it was amazing. Now, what I want to tell you is that you can't necessarily use your distress stain or your mementos to do this technique. These are not a permanent marker or a permanent ink. The distress pads from Tim Holtz, not so much because it's not permanent. This will stay on there forever. It will really just, it won't smear off. It will, with the Copics or your Sharpies or your Bics, you really want to use that because it's a permanent marker, a permanent ink. And you're working with non-porous materials. All of your distress and your inks and your stains, those are dye-based, more of a dye-based ink, and that's meant for working with paper so that it absorbs into. When you're working with the rhinestones, there's nothing for it to absorb into, so that ink has got to dry on top. And to do that, a permanent-based marker, an alcohol-based marker, is the marker you want to go with. Yummy! So you're going to save all this money now because you're not going to spend so much on bling anymore, because now you can make your own bling that hopefully you'll be able to get yourself into a couple Copics and try it. We have got just the most beautiful, beautiful bling for you. And the best news is they're on a YouTube Yummy. They're not going to be 10% off. They're not going to be 15% off. They're not even going to be 20% off. All the Ziva bling we have in stock for you is going to be at 30% off. That's right. For a YouTube Yummy, yay, 30% off. This one is just absolutely stunning when it's done. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it takes up the entire front of a face of a card, and you put a happy birthday or a sympathy or a thinking of you or a hello, and it's done. And it's just that simple. You could take and you could color the entire line if you want. If you need a line, you just color straight on down. Color it all. And you've made your bling. I just love it. I think it's such a savings, and you get such bang for your buck, and there's no waste because you're only going to color what you need, as opposed to having a whole sheet of this when maybe you only needed 2. Same with the pearls. There's no waste. You can go in there and you can just do 1 pink or 2 pink or a whole row of pink. It's what you need. So the waste is at a minimal. And with your Copic markers, now don't forget these are the markers you also use when you use the Elizabeth Crafts Polished Silk Glitter. When we go in there and we daub it and then we brush it out with our Copic blender, the Copic markers just have a huge amount of uses. Really they do. And because you refill them, your initial purchase is really for what ink is in there and the body of the pen, because you never throw them away, unlike the Bic and Sharpies where you'll run out of ink and you'll need to throw them away or they'll dry up. You never throw your Copics away. They just get refilled. Okay? So let me show you some samples, because this really was a very simple make and take. Very simple. And yes, you could use your alcohol inks. Let's say you have Tim Holtz alcohol inks. You absolutely could, because alcohol ink is an alcohol-based ink, obviously, and you could dab it right on the top. Sure you could. And it will adhere because alcohol inks are made for non-porous materials. So let me show you some of the samples we have, because the girls did an amazing job. So I started with this one, and it's the birdie. And I showed you the birdie sample somewhere in here. Oh, here it is, the birdie sample, which retails for $3.49, and then you're going to take 30% off of that price. Then we have, look at this one with the graphic 45 place and time paper. Look at it, isn't that fabulous? That's using this one right here, where we've put it down at the bottom and we colored it in the green, the same green as the graphic 45 paper. Yummy! Love that card. Okay, then we have several of the poppy. There you go. So from a clear poppy, which is nice, has its place, to a fabulous poppy. and yummy colors. And see how the bling still just shines? The color sits on top, but because it's a transparent color, the color from the bling still comes right through. So there's that poppy. And there's this one, done in the pinks. Pull it back a little. And again, just a sentiment, a bow, and you're done. And let's see, this one also is $3.49 and it'll be 30% off. Now we have hundreds of these. We don't have like 10 or 15 or 20. I bought all ZVA had. They said they had 300 of them. I took all 300 of them. So we do have lots. Now here we use this one where we have the bling here and up here. And we took and we cut bling. You don't have to keep it all in one place. So we have the big one right here, which is this one. But then we took it again and we just cut the top off and we just used it again up here at the top. So if you just want to use bits and pieces of the bling, you can. You don't have to use the whole thing. We just use this portion on up for here. You can absolutely cut it down and make it smaller and take pieces of it. Here's the large one, where we colored it in the greens. And that's this one here. So pretty. And another poppy. I'll tell you, the girls had a great time coloring because it was just so simple. And the little flower. How simple. From clear to colored. Again, it took up the whole face of an A2 size card. We put an Elizabeth Crafts little sentiment with it and a bow, and it was done. And here's one we did for the make and take. Really cute. Another with that leaf in a couple different colors. And yes, you absolutely can blend the colors. We have gradation going on in there from light to dark. Absolutely. And oh, here's the big. Look at that. Is that stunning? It's just absolutely gorgeous. And yes, you absolutely can have gradation. And what I mean by that is, let's grab a piece. Here, let me grab a piece real quick. So if I was to start with yellow at the top, and then I wanted to take it into green, you just run that green a little bit on top of that yellow, bring that yellow back, because of course it's a Copic, so you can run the color on top of each other and go on top of that green. And I just blended my colors. I just blended my colors. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can get this. But I took a yellow at the top, a green here, put my yellow down, added my green, and then went back over some of my green with the yellow so it blends. And you get a beautiful gradation color going down. And you can't tell where one color stopped and one color started. And it's so simple. Did you just see how fast that was? I could take a little bit of yellow at the top, a little bit of my wine color at the bottom, pull that into the yellow, and then take my yellow, clean off the back, and just go right over the top of my red. And what that does is it blends the color so that there is a beautiful gradation in there from yellow, then it kind of graduates into a mixed color here and then into the red. Absolutely doable. We did that on a lot of the leaves where it's a lighter color here at the top and then it goes into a darker color towards the bottom. So simple to do with just clear rhinestones or plain pearls. Easy, don't you think? Yay! I love this. I thought this was fabulous. Because you can just make what you need and there's no waste. And I love the fact that you don't waste. Just real quick, the samples really quick, some of my favorites. So where are you going to find all of these wonderful things? Well, let me tilt on up. I love this one. I think the colors are just gorgeous. Let me tilt on up. Hey everybody, wasn't that fun? Wasn't that easy? Holy smokes. I mean, even a young child can do this with you, and there's no mistakes. It's just so simple. And let me give you a quick tip. If you don't like the color you did, you're going to take a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip or on a cotton swab, and you can wipe off the color. But you need to be quick and you don't want to soak it. You just want to do a light wiping all over the top, and that will take the color off for you so you can start again. Isn't that great? No mistakes, no errors, yay! So where are you gonna find all of these fabulous things? You are gonna find them at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and you can come into our retail store or you can shop online, and our online web addresses are www.shop@sms.com, the word shop, the word at sms.com, or www.shop@scrapbookingmadesimple.com. So all of that written out, no spaces, shop, the word at, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, or scrapbooking-made-simple.com. Now, stay tuned because over the next couple months you're going to see some improvements to the website. I am very excited. Things like a next button and an easier checkout and hopefully a better search feature. You've been asking for them, and I have figured out who to hire and how to get it done. These 20-somethings, you know? I tell you, when I have to go to my 11-year-old to tell me how to text, to help me figure out how to text, they have so advanced beyond what I can do. They're talking a language I don't even know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini class. And of course, we've got, if you leave a comment on this YouTube, we will have a wonderful prize package, and it'll have some Copic markers in it. It'll have some ZVA Bling in it. We'll have a great prize package, but you need to leave a comment on this YouTube. And to do that, you need to subscribe and you need to be a member of YouTube. So you don't have to have a channel, but you do have to have a YouTube username and login, and then you can leave us a comment. And of course, we've got Terry Pocket and Nicole Wade, who are winner chicken dinner with the Stampendous. Congratulations, girls. And for those of you who stayed tuned and listened about my Southern California shop hop, again, we encourage all of you to go out there, and we send a big shout out to the stores in Southern California who have reached out to Scrapbooking Made Simple and given us your support. And all of you customers out there, we love each and every one of you. We value each and every one of you. And we hope to have an amazing 17 days for those of you who are able to come into the store, and even those who can't. So with the warehouse sale featuring Sizzix Online for those 17 days, and a great, I don't know what we're gonna be. We're gonna be the shop that didn't hop. We're gonna do, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I've got the shoes. I'm gonna be Evil Queen somehow, some way. And we hope that while you're out in your travels, you will find a way to Scrapbooking Made Simple to visit us too. And if you do have questions about where to get your Shop Hop passport, you can absolutely call us. We'll be happy to give you that information. Or you can visit the SoCal Shop Hop page on Facebook, and you can also visit their website, and they will have all the stores that are participating. And we wish all of those stores the very, very best for the 2013 Shop Hop. So this is Stacy, and I'm done for the day. It was quick and simple, huh? And I'm gonna get going, and I'm gonna say thank you for staying with me, and I will look forward to seeing you next week. And look for your Stampendous orders coming soon. It's all here, okay? Bye, guys.